Today we're going to start doing a series of videos about marketing in Belize and some of the issues that we come up with or run into when we're working with clients. One of the primary ones that comes up is what search terms or keywords are important when dealing with whatever market that you're concerned with. So for example, we work with a lot of tourist locations and they're oftentimes wondering, well, what search terms should we be using in our content, or what search terms should we be using on our websites to make sure we can try to get as much traffic as possible? So I thought today I'd go over a few ways to kind of quickly see what type of search terms people are using in different parts of the internet, so you can begin to get an idea of what terms you should be using when you're developing a Belize site or a marketing campaign related to some type of Belize business. The first thing to understand is that oftentimes when doing this, people don't think about the fact that it's important to include the word Belize, or if you happen to be in a particular city, Belmopan or whatever else, in the search terms or keywords that you're using in whatever marketing campaign that you're doing. A lot of times people tend to leave that out, and it makes it much more difficult to ensure that you're going to be able to get the type of rankings that you're interested in getting. But let's quickly go through this. So, for example, if you want to start out and you want to begin to see what type of search terms that people are using on the internet to find the type of product or service you're offering, the first thing you should probably do is just go to Google and just type something in. So, for example, if we were working at an all-inclusive resort and we wanted to see what type of all-inclusive terms people are typing into Google, then all we have to do is go to the Google search engine and type in Belize all-inclusive. And as you can see, there's a whole list of terms that show up here, and these terms can begin to give us a sense of what type of terms people are typing in this particular area, and what type of packages or other things that we might want to offer or address to be able to attract some of that traffic to our site. Beyond that, you can also go to Bing as well, and you can type the same thing, and you can see Bing comes up with a different list, similar but not quite the same as the one that came up in Google. The basic idea is, if you're just trying to do something quick and dirty, this is probably the best way to get a sense of what search terms might be of interest in terms of what you should be using on your site. Beyond that, there are other places you can go to. One of the best places we found is Keyword.io. It's a wonderful site. It's an incredible site. I haven't seen anything close to it in terms of really being able to give you a bigger sense of what type of keywords people are searching on the internet. We just saw both Google and Bing give us a list of about 8 or 9 or maybe 10 keywords. This site can give you much more. So again, if we go with the Belize all-inclusive, it begins to put together a list of keywords, and you can see right here there are over 316 that it comes up with, and I'm even using the regular account. I'm not even using the paid account yet. As you can see, they would like you to use their pro account because that obviously is one that you have to pay for. The basic idea here is that you can begin to see over a list of 300 different terms that people are interested in when they are looking for all-inclusive resorts or hotels or whatever. If you go with the pro plan, which has all kinds of different features associated with it, I think you have to pay anywhere from $40 to $75, or I guess close to $50 to $70 for this. But the primary thing that the pro plan gives you that the free version doesn't is it gives you a bigger list of keywords, but also gives you a sense of what the search volume is on that. So if you look at Belize all-inclusive, that doesn't tell you, even if you get a list of keywords there, that doesn't necessarily give you an idea of how many times people are typing that particular term in. And that is very important, because even if you think that a particular term is one that's very related to what you're offering, if people don't type it in but 5 to 10 times in a month, it's going to be hard to develop a business on that. So how can we get a sense of what traffic or the amount of traffic can be generated for a particular term? It's probably best to go to something called the Google Ads Keyword Tool or Planner. In this particular case, what you have to do is you have to have a Google Ads account to be able to do this, but it's worth establishing an account even if you're not running a campaign. So for example, right now we have a account, and right now we're not running any campaign in it, but we can still use it to begin to get a better sense of what is happening with keywords And in this particular case, what you do is go to the Tools, Keyword Planner area. And then after that, you can get search volume and forecast. And now we're going to type in our term that we're using today, which is Belize All Inclusive. And you type Get Started. And this gives you something related to the actual campaign. But if we just want to look at the pure statistics, we go to Historical Metrics. And what Google will begin to do is give us a sense of how many times a month Belize All Inclusive is typed in. So as we can see right here, Google says that this term is typed in 14,800 times a month on average. If you go and look at the details a little bit more, you can see that how much it's typed in per month changes during the year. So in the beginning of the year, it gets a little higher, then it dips a little bit, then it goes back up again, and then it dips again near the end of the year. The basic idea being that regardless of what time of the year you're looking at, this particular term is typed in a fair amount, and you can build a business off of this, and many people do, whether it's a resort or packages or whatever else that they're offering. So the basic idea here is that whenever you're developing a campaign, especially when you're looking at putting together a website, one of the first things you want to do is think about what it is that you're offering, and then match that with what people are searching on the internet to find your products and services. And again, the best way to get a sense of how many times or what type of terms people are using, you go to the Google search engine, type in some terms, see what's being what Google suggests that people are typing in. You can go to Bing and do the same thing. You can go to Keyword IO and find more detailed information, especially if you go with their Pro plan, which costs anywhere from $40, $50 to $70 a month. Or you can even get it for $5 a day if you just want to do it for a day. And then of course, again, if we're looking for metrics about how many times people search for a particular term, the Google Keyword Planner is an excellent source of information. Now the thing, of course, before we end, the thing to realize here, this is only showing you how often this term is typed in for Google. Then if you look at things like Bing and Yahoo and everything else like that, that number is going to be even higher if you include those numbers as well. So I think that's about it. Of course, if you have any questions about this stuff, you can write us, and I think I'll put an email address in the description below. All right, take care, and hopefully you come back for more videos soon.